Good morning to my practitioners. It is so nice to have this small group to practice with. Mike is joining us. He's over in our lovely yoga kitchen this morning. We've cleared him a spot to join us. Earlier this week, one of my practitioners asked me what the Sushumna was. So I want to go ahead and show you my funny picture again, just because I think it's really helpful as you're let's see, can I get a nice, okay. If we can see in there, that straight line up the middle literally is an energy line that goes through our spinal cord where our nerve cord is. And then the two that go beside it that cross are the Ida and the Pingala. And either where they cross or in between are those 7 primary chakras that we learn about or that we kind of work with here in the Western world. So while we're practicing our yoga today, the primary reason that we're doing that is to help us straighten our spine so that energy can flow in both directions. And that's going to help us, it can possibly help us increase our immunity, decrease stress levels, decrease depression. It can potentially help with anxiety or even trauma issues. So I just wanted to share that again this morning and remind you as we're on our mats today that as we practice this, it actually, the more that you practice, you begin to actually take the breathing and such with you off the mat throughout your day. The more that you're able to potentially self-regulate. So we're doing great. We've got a nice, strong weekly practice going, and I encourage all of you to practice on, a little bit every day or a few times a week on your own as well. So as we begin with our actual practice this morning, I changed it up just a little bit today to try out some new things for us. So if everybody would just come to a comfortable seat, you might want to have your hips elevated a bit. I've got just my blanket roll here that I'm going to use today. And let's just begin by bringing our hands to our heart center. Gently close your eyes. And let's just notice our breath for a moment. Take note that your sits bones are connected with your mat or your blanket. And then let's begin this morning. Gently open your eyes and let's clasp our fingers while inhaling and bring the arms up overhead, lengthening the spine. And as you exhale, bring the hands behind the head, belly to the spine, elbows down, rounding the back. And then as we inhale, arms come up, fingers are clasped, lengthening. And as you exhale, hands behind the head, belly to spine. It's kind of like a cat and a cow seated. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, arms up. Reaching, lengthening. Exhale, hands to the back of the head, rounding. Just letting the head hang now, lengthening the back. Coming back to a straight seat. Oops. Okay. We're just going to do some small lower spine circles today. So let's start just gently coming to the front and then rounding to the back. Either direction, we're going to do both. Just some small spinal circles, opening the heart to the front, rounding the back, opening the heart. Everybody looks good. Looks good. Let's reverse direction. Really slow movement. You can feel the spine moving around there. All right, inhale, arms up overhead. Let's look at the right hand, bring it down, plant it to the side for our side stretch, reaching up with the left hand. Left hip stays planted. You can bring the bicep to the ear. Let's inhale, both arms reaching up, lengthening the spine. And on your exhale, left hand comes down to the side, reaching up with the right hand. Right hip stays planted, lengthening the right side body. Bring the bicep over closer to the ear. And gaze just beyond your fingertips. Big inhale, come back up to a seated position. And let's plant our fingertips out in front of us. And today, let's keep our spine long and straight. And maybe walk your fingertips out just a bit more, but only as far as you can keep your hips connected and the spine straight and the heart open. Gaze forward. Beautiful. Let's put the shoulders on the back. Nice. Let's walk over to the left side and plant your fingers again. And then again, with a straight spine today, feeling that stretch from the left hip up or right hip up the right side. Our gaze is forward. Chest is open. Let's walk over to the right side. Keeping the left hip connected. Spine straight. Nice adjustment. Walking back forward, and then walk yourself back up into a seated position. And let's take our hands and plant them behind us, a little bit behind you, fingers pointed away from you. And we're just gonna open our heart to the ceiling. Just keep your shoulders on your back, just open your heart, look up. If it feels good, you can drop your head. And as you inhale, really work to open the front of the body. One more big inhale here. Come back into a nice seated position. Let's take our right hand to the left thigh, left hand behind you. Just a gentle twist, looking back over the left shoulder. Remember, as you inhale, to extend through the spine. And then when you exhale, look over the left shoulder. One more big breath here. And on your exhale, let's gently twist the opposite direction, left hand to right thigh. Right hand plants behind you, looking over the right shoulder. Keep the chin parallel to the floor here. Inhaling, extend the spine. Exhaling, looking over the right shoulder. One more big breath and then gently come back to the front. Let's reach our arms out to the side, palms up, and then twist them around, working our shoulders. Nice, moving into our cactus arms. Right arm goes underneath the left, twisting into your eagle arms. Gently raising the arms till you feel a nice stretch across the upper back. Extending through the spine. Straighten the arms out in front of you, back of the hands touching, thumbs up. Flip them so that the palms are facing. And let's rotate our arms through. Waking up forearms and the wrist here. Nice. Reaching the arms back out to the side. Let's just move those shoulder blades again. And then this time, left arm under the right for your eagle arms. Raising your elbows again. And straighten the arms, backs of the hands together, thumbs pointing up. Flipping over, clasp the palms, and bringing the hands through to rotate the forearms here. Okay, let's release our arms and let's straighten our legs out. Kind of just shake out your legs for a minute here. Okay, let me move my little puppy frog. Move over here. Okay, so let's have our feet straight out, our legs straight out in front of us. And let's just rotate our ankles. Just rotate them. Make big circles with your feet. Can't really see my feet here, but just make big circles with your feet. Just big circles, should feel good on the ankles. Now go the opposite direction of whichever way you're going right now. That actually feels really good. Okay. Now straighten your legs out in front of you. Both legs are straight. Let's put our hands just barely behind you, just basically for a little bit of balance. And what we're going to do is we're going to bend our right leg. Right knee comes towards you. Now we're going to make circles in the air with our right knee. Just make a big circle with your right knee. We're just opening up the hip and the thigh. Okay, let's do it with the other. Let's change to our left knee. Bring that left foot in, bend the knee right close to you. I'll show you from the side too. And then we're just going to make circles with the left knee. Opening the left hip. Very good. Then let's bring the bottom of our feet together for a butterfly. And you can hold the toes with the hands. And you can move the knees up and down if it feels good. Or you can just let them rest and allow gravity to pull the legs down a bit more. Now let's take our peace fingers and grab your big toes. And what we're going to do is we're going to lift our leg out to the side. Your knee can totally be bent. We're just lifting it out to the side. Lift the other. Okay, it looks like we've got some straight legs. That's beautiful. You can absolutely straighten the leg or the knee can be bent. Just moving it side to side. Oh, that feels good. Okay. Let's straighten the left foot, the left leg out in front of us. And take your right leg, bring the right foot over close to the left hip. Your knee will be over the top of your leg. It's just another piriformis stretch for us. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and bend forward with the straight back. Chest is open. You may not be able to, you may just be sitting up. I'm not bending very far, as you can see. And let's all take a big inhale. And as you exhale, imagine it coming out the hips here. Okay, work back up into a neutral back position. And let's switch legs. The right leg comes out in front of us straight. The foot is flexed. Let's take the left leg, set it over the right leg. The left foot comes to the right hip. And it's basically our number 4 stretch on the opposite side. So go ahead and either inhale and extend the spine. Maybe that's enough. Lean forward a little bit if you can. We really want to keep our spine extended right now. And again, on your exhales, imagine that your exhale is actually going out the hips. Okay, let's bring out the soles of our feet back together to that original butterfly. We're just going to sit here for a minute and allow our hips to open with gravity. Let's plant our left hand right beside us and just let your right arm just sit on the right thigh. A little bit of extra pressure. Let's change sides. Sit your right hand out beside you and the left hand on the left thigh. All right, and now let's just take our feet and move them out just a little bit, make a little bit bigger diamond. Soles of the feet are pressed together. And then let's do the same thing. Let's extend forward, but keeping our back nice and straight, our chest open, our gaze forward today. You're gonna feel this maybe in a little bit different spot in the hips. Just hitting them from a slightly different angle today. Okay, let's open our feet out to the side in a wide straddle, whatever that might look like for you, and a straight spine. Flex the feet. Let's inhaling, extend upward. And on your exhale, come forward, keeping that nice extension in the spine. We might not come very far forward. You might come all the way down. It just depends on how open the hips are. But again, today we're really working on that extension, the open heart. Nice wide straddle right here. All right, bring the feet and just set them in front of you, maybe a little bit wider than hip width apart. And again, using our hands for balance just behind us, maybe out to the side, just behind you a little bit. You might want to lean back onto your hands and hips a little bit, open your chest. And what we're going to do is we're just going to windshield wiper our legs. So our right knee is going to come to the left sole of the foot, and we're going to look over our right shoulder. And then we're going to move it to the other side. Look over the left shoulder. And then I'm going to invite you to do this on your own breath slowly. It might feel good to move quickly. Just depends on what feels good today. And then coming back to a seated position, let's leave the left foot planted, and let's take our right ankle, cross it over the top of the left thigh above the left knee, Flexing the right foot strongly. Our arms can come, again, right behind us, sit up straight. If you want a little variation here, you can begin to walk the left foot in. Keeping a nice extension, shoulders down on the back. Gaze is forward. Heart is open. Let's switch feet. Let's go ahead and plant the right foot on the floor. Bring the left up on the thigh, just above the right knee. Flexing your left foot strongly. Using the hands behind you again for balance. Again, you can walk the right foot in a little bit if you want to. Making sure you can have a nice straight spine, open chest, gaze is forward. Releasing that. Go ahead and just flap your legs out just a little bit. And let's work our way to the top of our mat for our sun salutations. I'll keep a little blanket for my knees. Okay. Starting in mountain pose, feet are planted under the hips, shoulders on the back, palms facing forward. Crown of the head is reaching up, space in between each of the vertebrae. Let's inhale, arms up overhead, slight extension in the back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, come halfway up with a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, take the right foot back. Right knee comes down. Inhale the heart forward. Exhale, step back to the top of the plank. Inhaling in your plank, press your hands into the floor strongly. Exhale, your knees, chest and chin come down. Inhaling, press the pelvis and the toes into the floor, raising the chest. Exhale through a tabletop into your down dog. Inhale, the right leg rises. Exhale, bring the right foot all the way forward. Left knee touches the ground. Inhale the heart forward. Exhale, lift the back knee. Inhale your heart forward, all the way forward. Exhale, bring the back foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up with a flat back. Exhale, folding. Inhaling, hands to hips, rise from the chest, arms up overhead, slight extension. Exhale the hands down to the heart center. Breathing here. Okay. Let's inhale, bring your arms down, back behind you. Your palms pointed down to the floor. Open the chest. Look up. Exhale, bend the knees. Have the fingers sweep by the floor. Bring the arms up and sit back into your chair. Extending through the crown. Breathe here. Point the tailbone down at the floor. On your next exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, come halfway up with a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back with the left foot. Left knee comes to the floor. Inhale the heart forward. Breathe here. Plant the left hand. Right arm rises for a side plank. A side twist. Reaching and extending. One more big breath. Reach that arm all the way forward. Plant the hand. Take an inhale, heart comes forward. Exhale, step back to the top of the plank. Inhale at the top. Exhale, knees, chest and chin down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale through tabletop to your down dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, bring the left leg forward. Right knee down, heart forward. Take a big breath here. Plant the right hand, and let's reach up with the left hand for a twist here. Reach the left arm all the way forward, back down to the ground. Inhale, bring the back knee up and the heart forward, all the weight comes forward. On your exhale, bring the back leg to meet the front leg, forward fold. Inhale, arms come up, but sit back into your chair again. Sit into the chair. Sit back. One more big inhale here. On the exhale, press yourself up. Slight extension in the back. Take a big inhale. Open the heart. Exhale, palms touch. Hands down to the heart center. Excellent. Let's work on our tree pose today. Coming to a spot for balance on the floor. Okay, everybody. Let's bring all of our weight into the right foot. Left foot presses into the right leg, anywhere other than the knee. Bring our hands to our heart center. Opening those hips, really that's the whole idea here. Smiling. All right, let's bring our arms up overhead. Extending, really reaching. And then slowly make a big circle with your arms till your hands meet behind you. Clasp the fingers, point the index fingers down at the floor. Roll the shoulders onto your back. Look up a little bit, challenge your balance. Whoop. And when you're ready, let's hug that knee in. Give it a big hug. Okay. Other side. All the weight comes into our left foot. Our right foot presses into the left leg. Hands to our heart center. Reaching our arms up overhead. And then slowly making that big circle around to the back. Clasp your fingers the other way. Point the index finger down to the ground. Open the heart. Look up. Keep breathing. And when you're ready, let's squeeze that knee into the chest. And we'll go ahead and Release that pose. Great job on the balance. Coming back to the top of your mat, let's step our feet out to the sides, maybe just a little bit wider than hip width for a yogi squat here. Your feet are at a slight angle. You're gonna have your hands on your hips, or actually whatever makes sense for you here. Hands out to the side, hands on the knees, hands at the heart center. Just take a really big inhale. And on the exhale, let's work our way into a yogi squat. Come down as far as you can. You can sit on a block if you like. Use your elbows to press your knees out. And that straight back we worked on this morning. Really extend, open the heart, look forward. Engage your quads just a little bit and lift your butt just a hair. And let's just come on down to a seat. Nice work. It's time for our back massage. So if you would like to go ahead and do some rolling up and down on your spine on your mat, I'll take about 5 rolls and then we will meet lying down on our backs. Oops, I'm stoned. That's good. We're going to continue with our bridge series, bridge pose and work today. So find yourself lying on your back. Your feet are planted on the floor, knees pointed up to your ceiling, shoulders on the floor, palms facing down, thumbs pointing at you. And let's do our breathing movement first. So we're going to inhale, arms come up overhead, back of the hands touch the floor. And then as you exhale, arms come forward till the palms touch the floor. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms forward. And again, inhaling, arms up and over. And for a variation, on your next inhale, if you'd like, you can lift the hips with the arms, using the glutes, the hamstrings, the back muscles. One more. Okay. Now I'm fixing your feet so that you can just barely touch them with your fingertips. Let's, hands are forward, palms down next to the hips, thumbs pointing in. Make sure your shoulders are on the floor. Let's lift our hips here, and we can put our hands, our elbows underneath us and just point our fingers straight up. For a variation, or you can clasp your hands underneath you for a bridge pose. And as we work on this, tighten the glutes to help you open up a bit more, the hamstrings, even the calves. One more big breath here. And release yourself on an exhale. Let your knees fall together. Let your hands rest at your side.
Preparing for bridge again, let's plant our feet. Check your distance. And on an inhale, raise the hips using the muscles of the back body. Walk the shoulders underneath you. When you're ready, come back down to the floor. Let's hug our knees into our chest. And prepare for our shoulder stand. So we can go directly from here if we'd like, planting the palms by the hips, rolling the knees up, hands come to the lower back. And on the shoulder stand, remember it's important no weight is in the neck. You'll be holding the weight on the upper arms and between the shoulders. Lots of fun leg variations here. You can press the soles of the feet together. Do splits. If you want to bring the toes overhead and maybe touch the floor for a plow pose. And then gently coming out of your plow or shoulder stand. Bring your knees into your chest and reaching through, grab the toes with the peace fingers. And then pull your legs, stretching the skin on the backs of the legs. Happy baby here. Press the sacrum into the ground and the shoulders into the ground. Maybe rock back and forth a little bit. And then plant the feet back on the floor. And let's lift our hips and move them to the right just a couple inches for a supine twist. Bring the knees into the chest. Allow the knees to fall to the left. And look to the right. Your arms can be laid out like a cross or a T. Bring the knees back into your chest. Plant the feet, and let's lift the hips and move them to the left. Bring the knees back to the chest and allow them to fall to the right. Arms out straight, looking over to the left. Go ahead and roll your whole body to the right side into a fetal position. Rest there for just a moment. Then using your left hand, press into the ground. Press yourself up into an easy seat. And we're going to do our breathing to finish up class today, in a different order. So today we've done our body movement, hopefully to help you sit more comfortably. And we're going to practice our pranayama, which is our breathing practice. Today we'll be practicing Nadi Shodhana, which we've done most of the weeks that we've practiced together. That is the alternate nostril breathing. And then we'll take just like a 2-minute meditation period. I'll ring a little bell, and that will round out our class for today. A little bit different ending. So as usual with our left hand, we can use Gyan Mudra, the index finger and thumb touching, resting on the left thigh. With the right hand, peace fingers fold down. We cover one nostril with the thumb and the other nostril with the ring finger. And I'll walk you through it and count for you. First, let's just inhale through the nose. And just a cleansing exhale. So inhale for 4. Close the thumb. Exhale for 8. Inhale for 4. Close the finger, open the thumb. Exhale for 8. Inhale for 4. Close the thumb, open the finger. Exhale for 8. Inhale for 4. Close the finger, open the thumb. Exhale for 8. Inhale for 4. Close the thumb, open the finger. Exhale for 8. Release the hand to the thigh. Gently open your eyes. Bring your hands to your heart center. Let's bow our heads down to our hearts. Thank you for taking time to practice with me. Thank yourselves for taking time to practice for you. Until next week, thank you so much for coming. Have a great week, everybody.
Namaste.